Buddies here, and here we got our 21st episode of our Columbus Blue Jackets franchise mode here on the PS4, guys. In the last episode, we went and did the year 4 off season, I believe it was, and now we're going to be beginning year 5 of our Columbus Blue Jackets GM mode, or franchise mode, sorry. I don't know. You guys can call it what you want. But I have finally figured out all the line changes. The reason I was a bit late was, well, actually really late. I said I was going to try and get this episode out as quick as possible. I didn't actually realize, because I'm not paying attention, that my school term ended literally just like the last day was today. So I got all my stuff done. I'm recording now. It's probably going to be coming out like sometime on the weekend here that the video is going to be posted. But I just wanted to let you guys know that's why I was busy. And it's going to always continue to get busy. Although I am going to try and start a new series that's coming up. It's not 100% sure. I've always said that in the past for different stuff, but I just wanted to let you guys know straight up that I am planning stuff. But anyways, you know what? Let's just get into this. I have finished up the lines. We're going to see how they do for the first month or two. If it's really bad, then obviously we'll make changes. If it's 500, we might make a couple minimal changes. But here are the lines. I decided to go with Habs fans' comment about Robbie Fabry being a high top 6 potential forward and putting Fabry on the first line with Hischier and Toffoli. We'll see how these guys do. Honestly, this is the line that I think you want them to be successful, but really truly this is going to be our first line because Dubois played outstanding last year and he looks like he's going to develop into maybe even a 90 plus forward over all of these guys, honestly. Atkinson, he's always been a 35 goal scorer for us. Saad, always a plus player, 20 goal scorer for us. So this is probably going to be our top line. I mean, either way, we have a really deep team, so I think our team will be successful. We're just going to need to see how everything fits. But I'm going to continue on with the power play lineup. I decided to move Hischier down. Some of you may be disagreeing with me, and that's also for Toffoli. But Atkinson is our true goal scorer. We've seen him be able to score more than Toffoli. Dubois also I've seen get a lot more points. I'm going to show you guys because he did get tons of points last. Well, it didn't show, but he's going to develop, and I think he'll be able to have the offensive category. Hischier, 58 points. They've both been pretty good. You know what? To be fair, I'll give Hischier the time, okay? And I'll try by stacking up the lines there. So we'll do that as our power play. Just thought I'd show you. Bjorkstrand will be getting some power play time. We'll see if he's okay with that with third line time and power play time because he's second line forward, so he may complain. But we still kept him around. And then we got Werenski and Keller on our top power play lineup. There's the rest for you guys. Penalty kill, we got Colin White and Andrew Shaw. We picked up Colin White in free agency if you guys missed out on the last episode. I should also mention, you guys should check out the last episode if you did miss it because it was hype and there was a lot of stuff going on. All the episodes are hype. Come on. So, yeah, and then I decided to move up Murray with Werenski and then just overall deepen the team in just every aspect with Heathering and Jones. I really like our decor this year. I think it's going to hurt just entirely defensively losing Bobrovsky, but we got to hope that Korpisalo is ready. 3-man penalty kill, there you go. I'll just quickly show you guys what I got. It's just basically most of the regular lines. Extra attacker, we got one guy from the top line, one guy from the third line, just two of our top offensive players. Offensive producers. Shootout lineup, I just left it the way it was. Goalies, we got Boulton. I'm going to let him be the backup for this year just to start. If he starts losing games because he has potential, I will go and sign Bibeau like some of you guys were saying, or even sign another goalie, or even potentially trade for goalie because I think backups can take 10 wins away from you, or they can give you 10 wins. So the backup's going to be a crucial role depending on how many games the computer decides to give Korpisalo. So we're going to have to see what our record's looking like after the first couple months. We got no scratched players. That probably isn't the best idea. We might call up probably Stenlund as our extra guy, or Heikkinen. We'll see. If we get an injury, then I'll cut it out and show you guys the lineups. You guys were saying Ryan Merkley for a decor. He's a depth defenseman. Maybe we're gonna see the AHL. We're gonna leave him in the AHL for now because he hasn't even had a season in the AHL. I want to see how he simulates. I'd like to have him in the NHL, but realistically, we're going to end up trading for a defense even potentially at the trade deadline, and I like the defense the way it is somewhat. I mean, there could be another 86 or 87 or a high overall player. Morale will boost some of these guys up, but I mean, Merkley in the end might just get replaced by a trade deadline guy. So if he's just going to play the AHL, we'll just let him play the AHL. Of course, if someone gets injured, knock on wood, hopefully that doesn't happen, we will make the change and maybe bring up Merkley, see how he does. But for now, I don't really want to do this, but there's a couple things I'm going to do before we start the simulation. Gameplay sliders. I don't remember how our injuries were last year, and I know 9's pretty high for some GMs. I've seen a lot of people go lower down, but we haven't really had many injuries. Again, knock on wood, it's probably going to happen now, but I mean, you can only... I want to make it realistic, but I mean, we'll see. We may need to turn it back down. We'll see what happens. And one last thing I want to do is usually some people pick their captains before the playoffs or something like that if they want to choose who's really truly playing well. I'm going to choose our captains right now, and this is what I love. This is why I don't like the captaincy thing. I don't like the fact that they just give captaincies to whoever they want. Ryan Murray's our captain. Really, over Atkinson, over Werenski, even Seth Jones, over like flipping Andrew Shaw might be better. No offense. I mean, Murray's been a clutch defenseman, no doubt about it. But like equivalence, I mean, you could give it to literally any other player. Like, I don't know. But we're going to make that change. And we are going... Obviously, there's going to be morale issues. I don't care about that right now. We're going to make our true captains right now. We're going to strip captains off of some guys. We're going to give Dubois the A because he's the leader on this team. And you guys may or may not disagree with this. I'm going to give it to Brandon Saad. He's always been a solid player. Atkinson's been great too. But I'm giving Saad second line time, if you guys have noticed. I'm giving him PK time, and I don't think I gave him power play. See, Ryan Murray lost morale for stripped of captaincy. See, you never should have had it in the first place, dude. I would have gave it to someone else, even Seth Jones. So all these guys are complaining. I just wanted to make that change, and we'll see. I mean, it probably may, if we start going on a 10-game losing streak, I'll just put it all back. I don't know. But I mean, I don't see our team. I don't want to jinx anything, obviously. No one ever wants to jinx anything. But I don't see our team being in a position where we would literally just fall apart. If anything would be the case of why we would fall apart, it'd probably be inconsistency in scoring, our usual downfall. Plus the fact that Korpisalo is kind of not... I find a similar equivalent to Joonas Korpisalo. Maybe you guys were guessing who I was going to say. Jake Allen is my equivalent, I'd say. Because Jake Allen, if you look in real life, he's like a starter. Like, he's a starting goalie, but he's kind of not really proven himself to be a guy as good as, like, he's been in the league a couple years, like Lundqvist or Fleury. Maybe those are bad examples. Those guys are kind of outstanding goalies. Okay, maybe a big jump from Fleury and Lundqvist, but debatable. Fleury actually won a cup. Pittsburgh, Crosby, whatever. Okay, you guys can go rip on me in the comments now. So let's just go straight to the season. Yep, we've got the preseason done. 4-2-1. Doesn't matter too much. We're just going to start simming straight away. And you know what? Should we slow sim and see who performs? Why not? We don't usually do that. Let's try doing that for the first game. On the road against Arizona. Let's see how our lines work together. First period, it's 0-0, but we are shooting them 14-5. I like the momentum, but we got to get some offense. Second period, and there you go. David Levin and Ryan Murray getting our first goal. Yo, Murray was so mad that he got the captaincy stripped right off him, so he's like, no. I'm going to go score, and you're going to give me that captaincy. No, Murray, you're all still a solid player. I could have given it to so many different players on this team. Levin, a potential future captain of this team. He gets a goal to make it 2-0. Dvorak tightens it up. And we're just going to go quick sim this third period. Can the Blue Jackets hold on? There you go. They do more than hold on. They score 3 extra goals in the third here. Nico Hischier, Clayton Keller, and Zach Hyman. Look at that. They're getting stellar performances from our team. Look at that. Clayton Keller, 3 points. Ryan Murray, 2 points and 3 hits. And then Korpisalo gets third star, 26 saves. A solid game from everyone on our team. I don't expect us to win every game 5-1. And Andrew Shaw lost morale because of ice time. So Andrew Shaw is definitely a vet. Like, he's a solid player on this team. So if I have to, I will give him more ice time. Because last year, he had a very solid season for us. He even got 10, 15 goals. That's pretty good for a guy who, I mean, to be fair, we were giving him a bit of power play time, but a lot of lesser time. His role is a second line forward, but if I need to put him on the third line, I was potentially going to do that, but he's our only grinder on the team, so it's like, He kind of fits the fourth line, but I mean, he does play more than just a grinder. He's definitely an all-around player. So I'm just gonna go where I see lots of forwards and I mean any prospects, and I'll scout them usually for 3 weeks or a month. You guys usually, if you guys watch my videos, you usually see and notice my strategy. We seem to be getting points out of these games. That's nice to see. We still got half the month left to go, half the half month. Games against the Rangers. Oh, look at that. Like, do you guys ever notice whenever you turn up injuries or something happens, you turn on injuries and suddenly your best player gets injured? I know it's not long term, but literally. Okay, give me a sec. So, guys, I finished up the line changes now with Werenski out. We're going to put Theodore with Jones, Murray with Merkley, and Hetherington with Schmaltz. So we'll see how that works out. Merkley's going to be getting, I just literally switched him right out. He's going to get top line power play time. We'll give Hetherington some more PK time just to, because, I mean, Merkley, to be fair, isn't very much of a defensive defenseman. So we'll just do that. You know what? I'm going to change Schmaltz for him. I'm going to show you this, guys, because then that way, I mean, you guys can let me know how maybe things perform if we start winning. Maybe, I don't know. If you guys ever feel like it, but I just want to do that just so then it's just a lot of cutting out. And I'll just do best lines, I think. Yeah, AHL I usually did best lines. So Connor Brown's the new captain. Alrighty then. See, that's great. So we got a 5-3 win against the Rangers. Zach Hyman, November 4th. Okay, I might turn it down a tad because now I have to bring up a forward. Give me a second. How perfect is this? We got Kwiatkowski. He's going to be playing in the fourth line position where Zach Hyman got injured. Just for until Hyman gets back, and he was upset that Merkley left the team. So I was just like, you know what, Kwiatkowski, this isn't a real player, so I can't just go to eliteprospects.com. Just like shout out to you, Paulie Nimlinen. I think that's your name. Oh gosh, I'm butchering everything. Well. Oh my goodness, I'm just extending everything too. We'll probably end up bringing Stenlund up. Can I turn down injuries maybe? I mean, I don't mind because, I mean, we were winning until I said I don't mind, but oh well. So we are first in our division, 5-1-1. That's very, very good. We'll just do some morale changes here, or morale meetings. Clayton Keller, when you're as good as me, recent performances like these are just the norm. Let's just be demanding from him. You can always do better, bud. He lost morale due to that. Okay, so maybe we'll just be motivational to him. I would like to thank you for the call-up. You won't regret it. I'm glad you're excited. I feel you can contribute. You have to prove you can stay up here. I'll have my eye on you. I'm just going to be demanding on, well, keep you up here. I think you have it. I think you have it in you. Just stick up here if you keep improving. We'll be motivational to him. There you go. He's all right with that. I need to be out on the ice more. I can't help the team when I'm not getting minutes. Just stay positive for now. I can see the point you're making. I'm considering some possible changes. I need to go out there and leave me no choice to give me more minutes. Let's look at his stats. He's done very well. To be fair, I mean, on the fourth line, I'm just going to continue to be demanding from him. He knows that I'm honest with him, and he will get more ice time. Come on, demanded too much out of him. Well, I guess that's fair. I mean, if I said calming, I noticed that no matter what you do, even in this game, the number 2 used to be perfect in NHL 16. NHL 17 calming. If you're calm, they're just like flipping, yo, push me harder, man. It's like, what are you supposed to do? So, don't worry, Andrew Shaw. I will definitely get you some more ice time. You definitely deserved it. Let's see. I mean, what can you do? I mean, Keller's a -2, but he has 7 points. Second line has not actually been playing that great. Top line, oh yeah, top line's doing great. So we'll have to look at some possible changes. You know what? Let's get Shaw up here, move Levin down there, and Saw down there. So how about that? We can try that, and then Keller, Dubois, Atkinson. Levin is a third line scoring forward, but he's gonna have to play fourth line. I don't want that to. That's a rough position that I'm in right now, boys. So you guys can let me know. I mean, we could even send him down or potentially trade Bjorkstrand. I'm not wanting to do that. Our team's winning right now, so it's kind of contradictory to what we want to achieve. But you know what? We can just say it's an offensive fourth line. Merkley, how's he doing? I mean, we're plus defenseman for all these guys. We got Shaw some more ice time. I could have given him more power play time, but Shaw's been playing great, so. I mean, he does play well with Colin White. I just don't see where else we could give him time. I don't want to give him power play time. I could give him 4-on-4 time, but like he's just, yeah, he's really been like he's really mad. So I think this is realistically where he has to play for the season, and I think third line center is fair for him. He's a very good player, so he deserves it. Saad, Shaw, and Bjorkstrand. That's a good third line, and we'll just keep on going with what we got, and potentially lower down the injuries. We'll wait till we get back. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure that out. You guys can let me know about the injuries. That's another big thing because we don't want it to go ridiculous and screw up our season. Because I mean, it takes time to. Obviously, you know how long it takes me to record a GM, so we want to get to the playoffs and have fun as much as we can. Zach Werenski's back. Let me send down Merkley, and then you guys. I'll make sure to change Schwartz as well, and yeah, we'll get back to the sim. All right, so we're back to the sim. I just finished all the line changes back up, and look at that, a big 2-0 victory. That's nice to see. New Jersey, let's see how we do against them. They're 5-4, divisional opponent. Hyman's back. Let me quickly make this change as well. All right, I got Hyman back in the lineup and moved, what's his name down? Kwiatkowski. So, I mean, 2 injuries that were shorter term, that's more realistic. So I think that's all right. I mean, we are doing well. So I am going to keep the injuries the way they are. If it gets ridiculous, we might turn it down. Or if you guys just think that we should have it down because, I mean, just you don't like injuries and it takes time. I don't know. You guys can let me know. But we're gonna get another month of sim done for sure. We might even get like up to. I wouldn't mind trade deadline. But we'll just see how the team's going. It's still very early on in the season. If it gets more 500, we might just like make this. I would like to get the season done in 2 episodes. So. And then we'll go straight to the playoffs. I doubt we're gonna do. We're not. I don't usually do full year sims. So. Just because, I mean, it would be a really long video. There's nothing wrong with that, but maybe if we did like, I would do maybe a full year sim if it was like basically the last season, in the franchise mode, maybe just for fun, just to see what happens. But I usually like taking time with stuff. Plus, the second episode would be like more of the trade deadline stuff. So we have lost a couple games here. It is we are still looking decent, but we are losing a lot of games by a lot of goals. So. Okay, there's an 8-3 win. We are still allowing lots of goals, so maybe it's just the goaltending. I'll have to take a look at that, but of course, everything's contradictory in this game. Oh, so, our goaltending hasn't been that great. Oh, look at that. Another game where they only allow less than 2 goals. So, I mean, yeah, we're going to lose him here and there. Every team's going to do that, have a losing streak. But as long as we can like get a couple winning streaks, like that first month was a really good time to get a winning streak. I like going out strong early, but we need to continue to get every occasional 3 or 4 game winning streaks. I don't just want to be 500 because then if we start losing at the very end of the season, it creates problems. You start spamming line changes, ruining chemistry, like a lot of people say I do. But I mean, it's just to make changes. If your team's losing, then your team's losing. You can't keep it that way. It's not going to work. Not always, at least. So, Vancouver lost 4-1. So we're 13-7-3. We definitely came back down to. I'm not going to say earth, but we're not present. I think we can be a President's Trophy winning team, but I think it is our goaltending. You see, earlier on we did lose a lot of games by, 6 goals here, 5 goals here, 6 goals here. So that could have been Bulletin. You know what? We can go and check out the player stats right now. I will do that. Locker room chemistry is 80, so if we got that up there, that would help. Hold team meeting. Let's see. We'll go. We got a big challenge in front of us. We'll just be demanding. That'll be for the next one. So a couple of our guys aren't liking the demanding talk, including Boulton. So we'll have to check out, see how he's doing. We may sign Bobo if he's still there, or even another goalie, or like I said, trade for a goalie. So we're gonna have to see how that works out. So for player stats, he sure cooled down a bit, but I mean the top line has been playing very well this season. Look at that on the third line, Bjorkstrand, he's just killing it. Keller, he's having a great season now on the second line. I think he's on the point on the power play, so that's seems to be a good spot for him. We got 2 10-goal scorers. We're only a quarter way through the season. That's really nice. Now this is something I just want to note out. Atkinson only has 2 goals. That is not common for him. So I might want to get him going a bit more. Get him with a guy who's getting a lot of assists. I mean, realistically, that'd probably be a guy like maybe even I guess Bjorkstrand, or like he usually plays with Toffoli. But I mean, everybody's a plus player except White. White's doing okay. I mean, he's on penalty kill time, so He's more meant to be a defensive player, and usually defensive players will get bigger minuses if they aren't on lines with enough offense, because they'll be focusing so much on defense. They're always in the defensive zone for face-offs, stuff like that. -1 for Levin, 7 points. I mean, I don't know what we want to do with him because he has elite potential. We should probably be using him at least on the third line, but we have so many players. That's the thing. And I mean, even our third line guys right now are doing really good. Like Bjorkstrand, Sod, and I think it's Shaw. Yeah, they're up there in points. So I would keep that line going. Yeah, but our team in general is just doing really well. Merkley in 2 games, he didn't really do much. He had 3 shots, didn't take any face-offs, 5 giveaways. Wow, 2 hits, not any takeaways. So I think he'll probably stay down there. Maybe we'll sign a defenseman. That'd probably be a decent idea for in case injuries happen. Kwiatkowski seems to be playing better in the AHL. He even dropped to a 78. I think it was Morale, but he's a -1, and he was, 2 giveaways, 2 takeaways, so he's doing all right. But we'll you know what, we'll have to look at him a bit more in upcoming seasons potentially. But I like our team. We aren't getting much offense from our point, but we don't have anybody really playing on power play, even Tador. So it's okay. I just expect them to be solid defensively. So, we may need to make more moves eventually. But you look at our goaltending. So, yeah, Bolton actually, and along with Korpisalo, are both doing very well. Their stats are showing that they are solid goaltendings. Now, I've seen goalies get solid stats, but still be on a really bad team. A lot of times, like Korpisalo, maybe the reason we may not be able to win with him, he has solid stats, like .922 save percentage is like very good. I would say that's top 15, top 10 in the league, in a common league, but it is still early on. Goals against average is 2.41. That's decent, but that could be along with just our defense. We only have one defensive defenseman, and then we have a bunch of 2As. So we may need to look more into that if we want to be a defensive team like we usually are, and that might be not a bad idea if we have goalies that are 86 and 80 overall. But we do have a lot of 2A forwards and one grinder, but I think we're a good defensive team, so we'll have to still continue to show everything, our offense and our defense, but we'll keep on going, I think, here. Let's see if anybody is available in free agency left, and we might go sign someone now, just so then we're prepared and I can just make quick switches. Brain Shen, so we have the cap for him actually, but we don't need forwards, you guys know that. And I'm not playing him on defense. It's not I don't know. He's not Brent Burns. We'll give it that. Goalies, we can quickly look at this. So Bibbo went, but I think what is his name? I just completely blanked out. I don't know his name now, but Boulton? Yeah, Boulton, I think. He has good stats. He's 2-2. That's all right. Hopefully he can get some wins if our team just starts playing better in front of him as well, but we'll have to see. Cowan wouldn't be bad for depth, but I don't know. This guy's going to be up no matter what, so 2A deal doesn't really matter. Interested? Yeah, everyone's interested. We're a good team, so we can just I'm going to look for good defensive category, and I know he has it, but let's look for guys who can skate good defensively, like Dudere. That's actually kind of cool, seeing a younger guy, but yeah, maybe not the greatest stats. Durability is also something to keep in mind, because that means for injuries and stuff. So we want to get a guy who can skate well, good defensive like this guy, but I'd like to see a bit better. I don't know. Manning, defensive awareness. Is there something higher for defensive awareness? Cowan, Prout. We could bring back Prout. He's a top 6 defender though. Joel Edmondson. Yeah, Edmondson would be a good one. Skating could be a bit more up there. Probably a depth defensive. If we go by here, yeah, we can actually see there's actually a lot of guys. So this might be better to look through. Sorry, I'm going to take some time. I'll quickly look through this here, boys. So guys, I decided I'm going to go with 2 defensemen, I think. We're going to start with Edmondson because I like his defensive categories, and he's been in the NHL before. Depth defenseman, so he's going to be a solid depth guy no matter what. And then I decided, you know what, why not take maybe a little gamble at this guy, because he's got a solid skating category, solid physical category, he's got a decent shot and puck moving category, like 84 puck control, so hopefully not going to turn it over in the defensive zone. I'm not sure about his defensive awareness and stuff, but it's not it's not awful, and I wouldn't mind taking a gander at him just for a bit. And you know what? Just because I can, I'm gonna go sign this guy because he's a pretty similar player, just a couple years older and a minor top 2 D man, so he can go to our AHL team. So 3 guys to potentially sign, and then is there any forwards we could sign here? How's Armia doing? How has he done? He's been more of a minus player, so I'm not gonna do that for our depth. But if there's any depth forwards, we can actually just go straight up here. David Booth, Tyler Kennedy. These guys have been free agency for a while, probably. Depth forward, Milan Mikalik. No. Let's just quickly look. Josh Doris, Ryan Dzingel. You know what? What the heck? Why not get Ryan Dzingel in here? There you go. That'll be a good depth guy as well. And that should be good. I'm good with that. And Lada's actually here. You know what? That might not be a bad idea. Let's go sign Lada here as well. Okay, so even Detroit's interested in him. You just give him a tiny bit more. Okay, so that's all for that. We figured out the guys that we got signed for now. And I'll just we can quickly go and continue on with the simulation. We'll keep the injuries the way they are, just like I said, and maybe go half a month here just to start, and then we gotta get our guys in the depth roles. So Lada accepted. Montreal, let's see, 3-2 shootout win. That's nice to see. A couple Eastern Conference teams here. Buffalo, Dzingel signed, Edmondson signed, Williams signed, and Bircher signed. So lots of new players to bring into our lineup. For depth, Buffalo got a 4-2 victory over them. Nashville, another home game for us. They're a struggling team right now. Can we get a win? There you go, 2 points. Nice to see. I got a point out of Colorado. Toronto, they're around 500. We get a 7-1 victory. That's huge. Anaheim, 15-14 is their record, and 4-1 victory. So we're getting lots of wins here. That's nice to see. Winnipeg, can we continue on this little point streak here? They're 11-17. There you go, another 3-1 victory. And 4-3 loss to Tampa. That's all right. They're an Eastern Conference team, which would have been nice to get points, but we're like we're 10 games above 500, 11, yeah, so we're doing very well. And we got some overtime losses in there, so that's nice to see. We're getting some points even. We can take games to overtime. My performance has been bad lately, but I'm confident I'll break out soon. Really? Has it been bad? I guess you only got really 1 point in those last couple games, so you know what? I know you have it in you. Just need to stay focused going forward. It's motivational. No change. Okay, I saw like it didn't work or something like that, and I was like, I was triggered, and I like didn't know what to do because I knew demanding he was upset before, so it's like, why you got to do that? Roster moves. Let's quickly make sure we can check and see. Maybe move some guys down so they're down here, but we can just keep them. Yeah, we can keep the way. We'll bring up Edmondson, let him get some chemistry with the group. He'll be our main defensive guy because the other guys are a bit younger. And Dzingel, I think we can make him our other guy. Let's see, how has he done in the season? 4 points in 13 games, +1 playoffs. 1 game, 1 shot. Okay, so not bad. All right, and Lada, we've seen him how he plays. 17 points, -4, -1. Not bad. Let's bring up Dzingel as our extra forward. No, we got to get square in there. There you go. And yeah, that should be good. We'll do that. Let our guys get some chemistry in the group. And Joel Edmondson is chemistry with Fabry. That's kind of nice to see. And look at that. What a reunion. Going over to St. Louis. That's kind of nice. Edmondson and or Dzingel are probably just happy to be on the team. That was the morale likely there. So we'll just keep on going. St. Louis. We're in St. Louis. Yeah, we're in St. Louis. That's kind of cool. So the fans will be like, hey, there's back Fabry. And look at that. I bet you some of them got points. 9-1 victory. Holy smokes. You literally smoked them. Winnipeg. We got it literally a week later in Winnipeg. And we got a point. So that's not bad. We got 3 points out of 4 in that week within games. We'll just keep on scouting forwards. It seems to be working out for us. If it has any trends, I don't know. 5-1 loss, as I say that. So Colorado looks to be a good team. We've only got 1 point out of them this month out of the 2 games we played. 6-2 victory over the Islanders and a 3-2 overtime win over Pittsburgh. And I'm really liking what the sim is doing. I mean, there's no complaining. It's until we start faltering for no reason. Capobianco, we can just decline. We got lots of defensemen now. Dallas, We can just leave that. 19-11 is their record. Yeah, look at that. OT win. So, wow, we are just getting points and wins, too. Wow, is that no? That's not 20. No, I don't know why I thought that was 20. I saw 20 and we were in the double digits, but we weren't in the double digits with losses category. So we're already 2 months in. We don't even have our 10th loss yet, and guarantee you that's gonna jinx it. So you know what? Why not go to the trade deadline? This will be a longer episode, but next episode we can get lots of stuff done. So. I like the way our team's playing, obviously. A 3-0 victory, that's nice. So a shutout from one of our goalies. A 4-3 shootout win. We can just keep on going on this. I don't know what our winning... We must be on a bit of a winning streak. We got 3 at least and a point. So we're on a point streak. We can say that. Detroit, keep up this point streak. Come on, boys. Let's get another big win here. They're 21-13-7, so they are a good team. This would be a good challenge for us. And I think... No, they're not in our same division. But we get a point. That's nice. Philadelphia, they look to be a really good team, I think. It was a bit of a blur there. QMJHL forwards, we'll keep on going. This is exciting, boys. And there's a loss, first regulation. They were like 26-10, I think, so very good team. Ottawa looked to have a good record, I think. Edmonton is back to their old selves, 9-31-4 or something. And we beat them 7-1, so that's a huge win. Montreal, we're halfway through the month of January, get a 4-1 victory. And, I mean, we're on fire, guys. January 25th, that's not bad, so we are okay there, I think. We can, why not give Levin some time, because, I mean, these guys are getting chemistry, right? Like, this third line's playing well, so why not just keep that way? We'll move up Levin, and we'll switch Dzingel in there. I like to show you guys, because this is a bigger injury. Let's go Levin. We'll keep on doing Levin in there. Who else wants some ice time? Who do we want to give some ice time to? Someone said Colin White. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. It's the guy with the Blue Jays profile pic. I like that. I'm not a huge baseball guy as much as Nathan is, but if you guys know Nathan, but yeah, Toronto all the way. Okay, Dzingel is not gonna be there. Let's move it to Dubois or something. Yeah, we'll do Dubois in there. So I just gotta remember that. I just want to keep on doing this. I don't want to cut out too much. It takes more time to do extra cuts out, guys. Just to let you know, it takes a bit of extra time to do. Clayton Keller is back in after that 8-2 loss versus the Islanders. So okay, let me quickly do this. I'll skip it for you guys this time. So we got Clayton Keller in there, guys. He's still injured a bit, but hopefully he doesn't get re-injured, knock on wood. And we're just going to keep on going with our lines. I actually checked it, and from what it seems, even our fourth line's plus players, so I would guess that pretty much all of our players are plus. And I mean, it makes sense. We are 27 games above 500, so now 28. That's ridiculous. 29. We're almost 30 games above 500. No, 20. Holy crap. I was going overboard, boys. I was like flipping. We're 40-10. No. Another win there against Carolina, and then a loss against Florida. So you know what? I mean, we might as well go to the trade deadline. I mean, why? I mean, I guess you could say why not just go to the end of the season, but I don't feel like doing that because you guys can chime in. Maybe we do want to make a small change to any other part of our team, but. I mean, I do like our team this year, and I mean, some of you guys have mentioned, like, in the comments, like, we got a young team, and that's definitely noticeable. Like, even Levin just came in our lineup. He's an elite young guy that we drafted, like, 3rd overall a couple years ago, and, like, he's a great player, like, and he's on our 4th line. And like we have so many young centers, we have such a young team, and even our top defenseman Morensky's at 93 overall. He's 23 years old. He still has like 5 years before there's even any trace of him potentially dropping. But that's like 28. That's not even a thing. Holy crap, our team is young, and we just like I don't know how long this jam mode's gonna go for, but if we're playing like this, it makes me want to continue. And we're on a 4-game losing streak, but we just got to get some wins. That's gonna happen. Come on, big win against Washington here. There you go, W in their abbreviation and a W in the score sheet. So that's nice to see. Calgary, let's get another big win there. There you go. We did get a 4-game losing streak, and realistically, you want to keep like bigger losing streaks to a minimum. But as long as we can get a couple wins afterwards, like a 3-0 victory right there after we lose to Vancouver. So, I mean, we are a good team. We're about 20 games above 500. We are going to be a playoff team, I'd say. I you know what, I wouldn't even think of even jinxing it because it's almost like the impossible. Like we have to win a bunch of games to get into the playoffs, or we have to lose a bunch to make it out. Like even at this rate, I wouldn't like. Obviously, if we continue to lose going into the playoffs, it would not be good. But I mean, even at that, we'd still be a playoff team, which realistically we should be. But I'm glad that we are challenging for even what I would guess maybe is a President's Trophy. That's nice to see. Might as well go for a defenseman here. Defenseman in the OHL. We can go 3 weeks. There you go. And yeah, that sums up our whole year. We're 20 games above 500, 36, 16, and 9. And if all those overtime losses were losses, we'd be 36 and 25. That's still 10 games above 500 with that. It's like 36 and 25. Like, that's a good season. And we've been able to take some games to overtime, which have added to our point total. So I can't quite think, I can't think of a total off the top of my head of what we're going to be at. 81 points, that's like realistically 90 points as a playoff team. So like we have to win like 5 games in the next 40? No, what am I saying? 40? Like 20 maybe? I don't know, but I think we're good. We got a good team here. We're not going to falter. There's no reason to. It's going to happen in the playoffs if we're going to falter. That's just the way it works. He sure is playing out of his mind. That's awesome to see. Toffoli, he's doing very well this season. Keller has 26 goals, 41 points. He's doing well. Atkinson, you know what? He's getting more assists, and that's fine. Keller's being more the goal scorer there, along with Heischer. These guys are both doing well. Atkinson potentially maybe just under 20 goals, but he's doing his job, and that's fine. He's going to be a good player for us, and he has been a good player for us. Wow, Werenski, 40 points in 59 games as a defenseman. He could be challenging for the Norris. Unless a guy's getting point per game totals, which is possible. But I like what our team's doing. Now, Fabry has 38 points in 61 games. Like, do we want to make any changes? If we start losing, do we want to make any changes? Like 11 potentially. He's getting 30 points on the fourth line. Bjorkstrand 32 points on the third line. Saad 36 points on the third line. Like, is there anything we could do? Move Keller up. I wouldn't want to do that. I'd say keep these guys together and keep these guys together because these guys are all playing solid. Any other extra forwards I might consider changing, but even at that, I mean, we're doing very well. Jones, wait, what is Werenski? He's a plus 16. Jones is a plus 25. That's great. We're rolling this year. It's nice to see instead of a bunch of extra losing. And you know what? The injuries have not gotten enormously awful. So that's solid. Bolton, his stats are good. So we just aren't winning in front of him. Korpisalo is the guy we're going with. And I mean, I would agree, guys, not phenomenal stats. Imagine we had Bobrovsky this year. Like, I would potentially say that we made the wrong decision. But, I mean, Korpisalo is getting more wins than losses. And basically almost 20 more wins. So, I mean, he's doing well this year. So, could we have a better goalie? Yes. If there is a better goalie or a better defenseman in the trade deadline, what do we do? Do we go after them? How much do we give up? I'd say I would start going all in this year. I would trade my first round pick. And I'm one guy that I'm not very into trading first round picks. You look at this, St. Louis is probably up for President's Trophy potential talks. Vancouver is actually doing very well as well this year, so that's nice to see. Edmonton, this is exactly how my ideal NHL would look. Vancouver in third and Edmonton in 30th. Oh my goodness, that's funny. They're actually playing like literally worse than the Avalanche, like for point percentage in real life. That's ridiculous. With McDavid, they're not even averaging 2 goals per game. It's hilarious. This is great. So Columbus, second in the league for offense. And we have Heischer is like 6 games away from point per game. We're just getting the depth offense. That's nice to see. Defense, that's important. We're second in the league there. So St. Louis is a very tough team. That could be a potential cup final. I would not mind that. Columbus versus St. Louis, 2 teams that have not won a cup. I mean, maybe. Pitt, look at that. Even 26% for them. Columbus is a bit down there, so we could make some changes there. Maybe move Heischer up. That's probably what we got to do because I think Dubois. Well, I don't know. I can't remember. But you guys can let me know if you guys have anything you want to chime in with. Penalty kill. Everything's looking good. Columbus, where are they? So penalty kill we might need to change up a bit. Some of you guys are saying Dubois is meant to be a defensive guy because he's a power forward. he has good defensive stats. And to be fair, power forwards are somewhat defensive, but realistically, power forwards are in real life are supposed to be physical and provide like offensive goal scoring. Like basically an ideal power forward would be like a 20 goal, 50, like more likely 20 goal scorer and be a physical presence. That's realistically what you want out of guys like Lucic and all that stuff. So I mean, I don't know. That's just my ideal. But I mean, maybe we should put Dubois there. You guys can let me know. Or maybe it's the defense. Maybe we're just pushing Werenski a lot, but I don't know. You guys can let me know. Obviously, you guys in the last episode, I've loved the comments, guys. I haven't responded to them because I have been really busy, and I knew you guys wanted the episode, so just to see what would happen, yeah. It's a very long episode, guys, but I mean, you guys deserve it for all this stuff. So I guess this is my type of episode, is just making almost an hour-long episode. Getzlaf and Perry. How would that be to have them on our fourth line? And look at that. I was looking for Dustin Byfuglien because who was it? I'm sorry, I can't remember for the comments, but someone mentioned Dustin Byfuglien and said said, oh, you get a second and a third for him. That is kind of realistic. And I looked at Winnipeg. I'm like, he must have retired, but no, he's still kicking around. That would be insane to get all these guys for a flipping playoff rush. I bet you these guys haven't been in the finals yet. Maybe won a cup. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Pouliot, any other guys? Granlund and Stahl, are they? Ooh, Granlund, he's 29. He's unhappy. So some forwards. Suter is not happening. He's a -1, and he's like 5 years left. No. That's not happening. We're more going for realistic players, some depth there, but we're not going to go after that. Cizikas is a good defensive forward. He's 81 overall. Yeah, maybe not. He actually, I mean, maybe it's morale, but I don't know. It wasn't Durrett. I saw MacArthur. How's he doing? He's probably near the end. Yeah, Klein and MacArthur. If we need some depth, even for the penalty kill, that wouldn't be too bad. He's a +6, so I would be okay with getting a guy like MacArthur. But I just realized 2 years left at $4 million. We could retain Gap. You guys can let me know. If you want a defensive beast like Kevin Klein, that could be solid. I mean, yeah, that would definitely not be a bad pickup. Some goalies there. Mason, I believe, was 86 overall. Fleury was 87. Vasilevsky was not as good as you think. I will show you guys Vasilevsky because you might be jumping on that. He's 86 overall, so, and he's probably not going to grow much more than that because he's 26. Oh, guys, I mean, if you want to go all in, 4 years left at 8.7. What the heck? Do they have a guy who's better than this? Samsonov? Are they playing him? I don't even know. That's wild. I like that EA actually did that. They have their main goalie playing though. I mean, they have an outstanding goalie tandem. They're doing well. So would it be realistic to trade for Holtby? 4 years left? I mean, they're paying them ridiculous amounts. But what would it take to get Holtby? Holy crap. They're going to want very good players. Sorry for the little cutout there, guys. Anyways, back to what I was saying about Holtby. So what would it take to get him realistically? Like, it's a first-round pick because they lost Ovechkin. Even that isn't that very great. Realistically, they're going to want a top-end guy. I mean, they want all roster players. It doesn't seem like it could happen. I mean, you guys can shout out all you want. You can say Korpisalo if you feel that makes sense for them to go after Korpisalo. But if they're playing this well, maybe Holtby doesn't make as much sense. Like, I could go through every team and look for, like, even they want, I believe, yeah, they want to give up Steve Mason. Is there any other guys that, yeah, so realistically, I would like, Bobrovsky, I kind of wish I didn't get rid of him. But you know what? It's just, I mean, that contract would not have been great. And we are a younger team. So Korpisalo was the guy we were going to roll with. So, I mean, if you guys feel we got to go after Holtby, it's your choice. But they're a contender, it says. Their status is a contender. And what kind of, like, what would they want? What would they need? Like, look at their forwards. So Ovechkin is still there. Why would they give up Holtby? He is their better goalie. But, like, I don't know. Valeno, even, like, they have a great forward core. Defense, they need so they need defense. They would want a guy like Seth Jones, not Werenski, because that's like I don't know, a bit overboard. But like Seth Jones or Shea Taylor or Ryan Murray, one of our top four defensemen, one of our main key pieces. So realistically, Holtby doesn't make sense for us. Like, it makes sense for us. It doesn't make sense for them unless they're getting maybe Ryan Merkley or Jones or Murray and a draft pick. Like, it's going to take a lot to get him. Realistically, you could kind of cheese it and maybe give up a couple firsts and like some prospects for not like prospects that are over here that are unsigned. Like realistically, you could give him a guy like Lazarev. I don't really want to give up Lazarev, but I'm just saying you could probably cheese it and get a guy like Holtby, but it doesn't really make sense for them. So you guys can let me know what you think about that. You guys probably saw the goalies in the last episode. At the end of last episode, if you quit out of it, the last 5 minutes, you can go and look at the goalies. I go through skaters, but then I go through goalies. So if you guys want to check out there and look for goalies, I promise you it's not a prank to get more views on that video, but it's just an option. If you guys want to mention more names, if you can think of reasons for anything. You guys saw some players. I mean, Goligoski maybe near the end. Giordano's there. I mean, yeah, it's a long episode, guys. I mean, I might as well because it's, I mean, yeah, I've been busy, so I just want to, yeah. That's it. I'm starting to stumble over my own words. I should probably end it off. But in the next episode, we will go finish off the season. And you know what? We'll definitely. I'm excited for the playoffs this year. This is going to be a big year, and this could be our first step to a dynasty with our young guys. So, anyways, I will end off the episode there. If you guys did enjoy this episode, well, I hope you did enjoy this episode. You can leave a like if you want to. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I should probably get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.